Simon says subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive notifications.
We've made the files the instructor uses in this tutorial available for free. Just click the link below in the video details to get these.
Welcome to the What is ChatGPT course. This course contains a breakdown of the latest developments in a tool the New York Times has dubbed the best AI chatbot ever released, which probably doesn't give it the credit it truly deserves. It might technically be called a chatbot, but it is far from what one would consider a typical chatbot. This course isn't just a hands-on course, it also delves into a little history about the tool, as well as mentions some of the issues one might face using it. However, according to Forbes Advisor, 97% of business owners see ChatGPT as beneficial, with 1/3 planning its use for web content and 44% for multilingual content. My name is Andrew Pearson, and I am the founder and managing director of Intelligentsia Limited, a software and AI consulting company based in Macau and Hong Kong. And I will be explaining how ChatGPT functions. As of June 2023, ChatGPT had over 100 million users. In February 2023, ChatGPT surpassed 1 billion monthly page visits. ChatGPT is forecasted to generate a revenue of $200 million by the end of 2023. Almost 88% of the traffic on ChatGPT is direct traffic. At the same time, 4.22% of the traffic is directed from social media platforms. 53% of the readers fail to identify ChatGPT written content as being written by AI. In March 2023, OpenAI added ChatGPT plugins and GPT-4 technology for ChatGPT Plus users, and the launch of ChatGPT led to a rise of 304 million visitors to the OpenAI website. In terms of the course, the first session details the history of ChatGPT. It hasn't been around that long, but it has made a huge impact on the business world, so it's important to understand how it came about. I do a quick breakdown of what artificial intelligence and large language models are. These are the backbones of ChatGPT. In session 3, I explain how to use ChatGPT, showing users some of the best ways to fact check, do research, translate languages, get summarizations, brainstorm, create lists, and turn the tool into an editor. Session 4 continues these lessons, showing how ChatGPT can be used creatively as well as for coding. Session 5 explains how to use ChatGPT creatively. I discuss prompts and show users how they can be used by business executives or their assistants, and how marketers and students can get the most out of ChatGPT. Session 6 explains how extensions and plugins can enhance ChatGPT functions. Session 7 is a short discussion on the unique hallucination problem of ChatGPT and how companies can potentially address it. This course will give you a good overview of one of today's most exciting technologies. It is technology that is changing by the day, so if you're interested in this field, it would be a good idea to keep up with the news, not only from OpenAI, but also companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, as well as China's Baidu and Tencent. So, hopefully you will join me, and I'll see you in the first session. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence AI chatbot developed by OpenAI. Since being released, it has taken the world by storm because it greatly improves upon the usefulness of previous chatbots. The ChatGPT service lets logged-in users ask natural language questions as if communicating with a human. The difference between ChatGPT and previous chatbots is the human-level response, which are highly accurate and well-written. The GPT in ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. The New York Times quickly dubbed ChatGPT. ChatGPT is, quite simply, the best artificial intelligence chatbot ever released to the general public, said Kevin Roos in his article, The Brilliance and Weirdness of ChatGPT. In 5 days, more than 1 million people signed up to test it, according to Greg Brockman, OpenAI's president. Hundreds of screenshots of ChatGPT conversations went viral on Twitter, and many of its early fans speak of it in astonished, grandiose terms, as if it were some mix of software and sorcery. Roos continued. ChatGPT is part of an emerging field of AI known as generative AI. It uses computers to generate content, which can be in the form of written text to answer common questions, creating ad or marketing copy, providing chapter summarization of a novel or a philosophical idea, translating languages, helping write software code, or even composing essays for a class assignment. Generative AI includes text-to-image systems like DALL-E 2, Stable Diffusion, and Midjourney, which can produce images based on text description. Using a prompt like create an image of Elon Musk and Sam Altman of OpenAI will get Midjourney to produce an image of the two men that is quite accurate. The history of ChatGPT. In 2015, Elon Musk, John Schulman, Greg Brockman, Wojciech Zaremba, and Sam Altman, as well as other prominent Silicon Valley figures, including Peter Thiel and Reid Hoffman of LinkedIn, pledged $1 billion to OpenAI. Their intention was to foster open collaboration by making their work accessible to the public and actively engaging with other institutions and researchers. According to a December 11, 2015 statement on OpenAI's website, the company's aim was to create a nonprofit focused on developing AI in the way most likely to benefit humanity as a whole. Its mission statement attempted to ensure artificial general intelligence, AGI, would benefit all of humanity and advance AI in a manner safe to humanity. In 2016, the company launches JIM, a platform letting researchers develop and compare machine learning reinforcement systems. It teaches systems to reach a decision by utilizing the best cumulative rewards. Later that year, OpenAI releases Universe, a toolkit for training intelligent agents across websites and gaming platforms. In 2018, OpenAI undergoes a shift in focus towards more extensive research and development in AI. They introduce generative pre-trained transformers, GPTs. These neural networks, inspired by the human brain, are trained on large amounts of human-generated text and can perform tasks like generating and answering questions. 2018, the first version of GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is released. Transformer technology was a new AI technique for neural networks that was first introduced by Ashish Vaswani in his article, Attention is All You Need. The initial model had 117 million parameters and was trained on about 40 gigs of text data. Parameters have grown exponentially since, into the trillions at this point. Also in 2018, Elon Musk resigns from OpenAI's board of directors. The company says he resigned to eliminate any potential future conflict due to Tesla's focus on AI. However, Musk would continue donating to the nonprofit, at least according to OpenAI. 2019, OpenAI makes a transition from a nonprofit organization to a for-profit model with a capped profit limit of 100 times the investment made. This allows OpenAI LP to attract investment from venture funds and offer employees equity in the company. Also in 2019, OpenAI forms a partnership with Microsoft, which invests $1 billion in the company. Another 2019 event, OpenAI announces plans to license its technologies for commercial use. However, some researchers would criticize the shift to a for-profit status, raising concerns about the company's commitment to democratizing AI. 2020, OpenAI introduces GPT-3, a language model trained on extensive internet datasets. While its function is to provide answers in natural language, it can also generate coherent text spontaneously and perform language translation. OpenAI also announces their plans to develop a commercial product centered around an API called the API, which is closely connected to GPT-3. 2021, OpenAI introduces DALL-E, an advanced deep learning model that has the ability to generate digital images by interpreting natural language descriptions. On November 30th, 2022, OpenAI introduces ChatGPT. In December 2022, Google, the king of search, recognizes ChatGPT as such an existential threat to its business model, it issues an internal code red warning about the technology, even calling in the company co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin to help address the troubling situation. We have no moat, Google claims, fearing their long dominance in search is under serious threat. And they are right to be concerned, as Microsoft has planned to use ChatGPT to power its own search engine, Bing. In January 2023, ChatGPT reaches the 100 million user mark. Also in 2023, Microsoft plans to invest $10 billion in OpenAI over the next few years. Semaphore reports the investment gives Microsoft a 75% share of OpenAI's profits until the investment is earned back, at which time they will receive a 49% stake in the company going forward. Traditional chatbots versus ChatGPT. Traditional chatbots have been around for decades, but up until ChatGPT and its recent competitors, they have been uninspiring. Normally found at the bottom of a website with an image of an AI bot wearing headphones, these chatbots offer simple assistance in strict step-by-step methodologies. However, users can easily get stuck in a never-ending loop, leading to nothing but frustration because the chatbots contain a web of questions as well as some answers that might appear rather nonsensical at times. Interacting with today's chatbots can feel like being stuck in an endless customer service maze, because that's exactly what they are. ChatGPT, however, is unique. Rather than relying on prompts and pre-programmed responses, it utilizes AI and machine learning in the form of large language models, or LLMs, to answer questions, in some cases hallucinating these answers. I'll go into detail about how it does that, but for now, understand ChatGPT might be pulling off data that has been labeled by humans, but there is a stepping into the void element about the results it produces, which are sometimes completely wrong, so any answers received from a ChatGPT prompt should be taken with a healthy dose of skepticism and never be taken as a golden answer. The best way to utilize ChatGPT is to see it as part of a research service, not as the end of the research per se. Hallucinations. According to Bernard Marr, hallucination in AI refers to the generation of outputs that may sound plausible but are either factually incorrect or unrelated to the given context. These outputs often emerge from the AI model's inherent biases, lack of real-world understanding, or training data limitations. In other words, the AI system hallucinates information that it has not been explicitly trained on, leading to unreliable or misleading responses. ChatGPT is built on artificial intelligence, or AI, which is a branch of computer science that deals with the simulation of intelligent behavior in machines. It is one of the key technologies behind robotics, ML, and deep learning. In the next session, I do a quick explanation of the AI technology behind ChatGPT. If you want to go straight into working with the tool, skip that session and go to session 3. I will also talk in deeper detail about hallucinations in session 5, as there are ways to limit the hallucinating problem. Now, ChatGPT is available in several regions of the world, including North America, Europe, Asia, and South America. Some of the countries where ChatGPT is available include the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Japan, Australia, Brazil, and Mexico. ChatGPT is expanding its services throughout the world, but is limiting itself to those countries as of June 8, 2023. So, I'll see you in the next section. ChatGPT is built on artificial intelligence, or AI, which is a brand of computer science that deals with the simulation of intelligent behaviors in machines. It is one of the key technologies behind robotics, ML, and deep learning. In its paper, What It Is and Why It Matters, the analytics powerhouse SAS claims artificial intelligence, AI, makes it possible for machines to learn from experience, adjust to new inputs, and perform human-like tasks. Most AI examples that you hear about today, from chess-playing computers to self-driving cars, rely heavily on deep learning and natural language processing. Using these technologies, computers can be trained to accomplish specific tasks by processing large amounts of data and recognizing patterns in the data. Common definitions include the ability for a machine to learn from experience without being explicitly programmed, a system capable of perceiving its environment and taking actions based on what it has perceived. This includes learning from previous experiences, as well as adapting to changes in the world around it through trial and error learning processes known as reinforcement learning. The ability for a machine to autonomously navigate through its environment using sensory input and reasoning. Applications of AI include machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, which includes speech recognition, text-to-speech, machine translation, automated summarization, and text-to-image applications, as well as computer vision. Specifically, ChatGPT uses LLMs, large language models. According to the world's leading AI chip maker, NVIDIA, a large language model, or LLM, is a deep learning algorithm that can recognize, summarize, translate, predict, and generate text and other content based on knowledge gained from massive data sets. Large language models are among the most successful applications of transformer models. LLMs aren't just for teaching AI human languages, they also help researchers understand proteins, allow programmers to write more optimized code, help website developers reimagine search engines, give marketers gripping ad content, assist educators with better tutoring services, make robots more useful, and provide writers with research assistance. How do large language models work? Large language models learn from huge volumes of data. As its name suggests, central to an LLM is the size of the dataset it's trained on. But the definition of large is evolving along with AI. Now, large language models are typically trained on datasets large enough to include nearly everything that has been written on the internet over a large span of time. Massive amounts of text are fed into the AI algorithm using unsupervised learning, when a model is given a dataset without explicit instructions on what to do with it. Through this method, a large language model learns words as well as the relationships between and concepts behind them. It could, for example, learn to differentiate the two meanings of the word bark based on its context. Just as a person who masters a language can guess what might come next in a sentence or paragraph, or even come up with new words or concepts themselves, a large language model can apply its knowledge to predict and generate content. So how large was the ChatGPT model? Well, the first version of GPT was released in 2018, and it had 117 million parameters and was trained on about 40 gigs of text data. GPT-2, which was released in 2019, was trained on a similar sized data set as GPT and had 1.5 billion parameters. GPT-3 was the first major increase in training set data and was trained on 570 gigs of text data with 175 billion parameters. ChatGPT-4 represents a massive improvement over previous models. The dataset size and number of parameters have not been disclosed. It's expected that the dataset is significantly larger from prior models with new vision capabilities, as well as the ability to interpret visual input such as images. There are rumors that the model contains close to 1 trillion parameters. OpenAI provides a comparison of the latest version of ChatGPT's ability to answer questions and answer standardized tests on the OpenAI research website. Now that you've been given a quick overview of ChatGPT, as well as an explanation of what it is built upon, the next session will be a deep dive into the tool itself. I will see you there. To open an account, go to chat.openai.com and sign up for an account. To create your account, input your email address, hit continue, then add a password and hit continue again. You will then be prompted to verify your email address. You will then be asked to add your first name and last name, as well as your date of birth. Go ahead and add that information. You will then be asked to verify your phone number, and this will ensure you have a phone number in one of the countries where ChatGPT is available. Once you've logged in, you'll see ChatGPT's main screen. On the left, there's a sidebar that contains all of your previous searches. I'll hide it for now. At the bottom, you will see Send a Message. This is where you type in your requests. Now, to get the best out of ChatGPT, you will want to be clear, concise, direct, and even explain what kind of an audience you plan to present the ChatGPT content to. Adding things like, explain this to me like I'm a 7-year-old, or create an actionable list, or summarize this into a 280-word tweet, or even format this into a table or a bullet point can help ChatGPT provide the exact answer that you're looking for, also in the exact format that you want it. As I go through these examples, understand what ChatGPT is doing is just calculating lists of next word probabilities for each word of its reply. Think of it like the autocomplete function on your browser or on Google. ChatGPT is adding the next word in an autocorrect way. Sometimes the model is really confident, and it'll give you an answer with 100% probability, but at other times it is adding words that it believes have the highest probability of being meaningful and correct. Oftentimes, it is just plain wrong. Fact checking. One of the best use cases for ChatGPT is turning it into a Google-like search engine. Type in, who is considered the father of AI, or which books are written by Friedrich Nietzsche, and you'll receive answers that are probably highly accurate. ChatGPT is excellent at fact-checking, and its understanding is beyond encyclopedic. These results clearly show why Google is worried. Translation. ChatGPT can also be used to translate text into other languages. So I've just taken the Friedrich Nietzsche answer and asked it to translate this into German. Here we go. French and Chinese. Now, if you ask it how many languages it can translate into, it'll give you 15. Everything from Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Dutch, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Hindi, Swedish, Polish, and Greek. I've seen in other places it claims to support more than 50 languages. That may not be in translating between languages, though. And the ChatGPT team is constantly working on adding more languages to their chatbot to make it more and more accessible throughout the world. Summarization. Amazon has a tool named Text Summarizer, which they call a solution to the problem of information overload. It can reduce the size of long documents into a few paragraphs or sentences. ChatGPT has a similar tool. Using the prompt, summarize the plot of Shakespeare's Macbeth, you will get this. If you want it summarized down to, say, 100 words, it'll give you this. ChatGPT is great at defining differences between two concepts. I'll type in, what's the difference between predictive and descriptive analytics? And ChatGPT produces the following. Now, as someone who has produced courses on just this subject, I can tell you that ChatGPT's answer is spot on. Predictive analytics does involve analyzing historical data and using statistical algorithms and machine learning techniques to make predictions or forecasts about future events or outcomes. It does aim to uncover patterns, relationships, and trends in data to estimate what is likely to happen in the future. Predictive analytics uses historical data to build models that can be applied to new data to generate predictions. Its examples are spot on as well. When I asked ChatGPT to give me more examples, it gave me this. Once again, all highly relevant. When I asked ChatGPT to shorten this answer, it gave me predictive analytics forecasts future outcomes based on historical data, like predicting customer demand for umbrellas during rainy seasons in retail. Prescriptive analytics goes a step further, recommending specific actions for optimal results, such as suggesting dynamic pricing strategies to maximize profitability based on factors like demand, competition, and inventory levels, which is once again a perfect encapsulation of the two types of analytics, especially by dropping in the dynamic pricing strategies, which are extremely important for prescriptive analytics. ChatGPT is great for brainstorming ideas as well. It can give you ideas on a particular subject. For example, if I want to get more content for my retail website that sells yoga clothes, I can give it an instruction like, acting as a digital marketer for a retail company, give me some ideas for website blogs on the subject of yoga. Here are the 10 ideas. 10 essential yoga poses for beginners, the benefits of practicing yoga, how to choose the right yoga mat, all the way down to a yoga apparel guide. I then ask it to give me more ideas on this subject, exploring the chakras, understanding energy centers in yoga practice, and it provided me with 10 more examples, including the 7 chakras explained, an introduction to energy centers in yoga, balancing the chakras, etc., etc., etc. These blog topics delve deeper into the concept of chakras and provide insight into how they relate to yoga practice and overall well-being. They cover various aspects such as meditation poses, healing techniques, and the connection between chakras and emotions. Additionally, you can explore the use of specific tools like stones and crystals for chakra work. So, ChatGPT is understanding the importance of stones and crystals in the chakra practice, which isn't that surprising, but it's good to see. Another great type of content for SEO is lists. They are skimmable and easy to read. Visually, they are easy to review. They are also easy to create. Google often condenses web content into a list anyway, due to its use of rich snippets. ChatGPT can help users create top 10, best of, cheapest of, best reviewed, etc. lists. For example, I'll input what are the top 10 yoga brands, and ChatGPT answers, while the popularity and perception of yoga brands may vary depending on personal preferences and geographic location, here are 10 well-known yoga brands that have gained recognition in the industry, and it lists some very recognizable names. If I input what are the top 10 restaurants in Los Angeles according to Michelin, ChatGPT informs me that it has a cutoff date for information, September 2021, and Michelin doesn't release a guide specifically for Los Angeles. However, it does have a Michelin guide for California, which includes restaurants in Los Angeles and lists the top 10 for California, most of which are based in San Francisco. Once again, because of ChatGPT's encyclopedic knowledge, you can build top 10 or best of lists on just about any topic you choose. ChatGPT is also a great tool for researching. If you want to write a paper on a particular topic, ChatGPT has, once again, an encyclopedic knowledge base that can help you research just about any topic you can think of. Say you want to write an article about personalization marketing in the hospitality industry, go ahead and type in a request such as, writing as a professor of marketing, explain how hotels and integrated resorts can increase personalization marketing for their customers. So ChatGPT took on the persona of a professor and answered in the form of a lecture, starting with, we will explore how hotels and integrated resorts can increase personalization marketing for their customers. Then it proceeds to give 7 very good answers. I then asked it to cite some papers and references on the subject, and it provided me with a list of 10. However, double-checking these sources revealed that number 7, 9, and 10 might not be real, which is a great example of ChatGPT's hallucination problem. ChatGPT can also be used to proofread a document to identify grammar, spelling, punctuation, and word choice errors. I'll input the following from the AI section of my company website. Now, ChatGPT found a few errors, including, in the sentence, AI has become the buzzword of all buzzwords, and major tech companies are embracing it, as if it was one of man's most important discoveries. The verb was should be changed to were to maintain subject-verb agreement. The correct form is as if it were. In the sentence, Marvin Minsky and John McCarthy co-founded the Artificial Intelligence Project, which soon became one of the preeminent AI research centers in the world and would later evolve into the MIT Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. The word centers, C-E-N-T-R-E-S, should be changed to centers, C-E-N-T-E-R-S, to use American English spelling. And finally, in the sentence, Minsky defined AI as the science of making machines do things that would require intelligence if done by men. The pronoun men should be changed to humans to use more inclusive language. ChatGPT also provides a rewritten sentence. In the next section, a continuation of working with ChatGPT, I will discuss how ChatGPT can be used as a creative writing engine in a multitude of ways. Since it has been trained on so much information, ChatGPT can create many different types of content, including blogs, emails, email responses, business letters, copywriting, legal research and legal briefs, marketing copy or building an ad, short stories, songs, poems, limericks, class assignments of all kinds, plot outlines, novel character breakdowns, PowerPoint presentation content. You can create test questions, including multiple choice questions, You can produce resume ideas, transcripts for a blog, influencer marketing, as well as a whole host of other things. Blog writing. I'll enter. Acting as an artificial intelligence expert, write a blog on the latest developments in AI that can be showcased on the blog of a mid-sized software company. Focus on the latest developments in coding and data integration. Now, it has produced a 589-word blog on the subject, including an introduction that talks about the rapidly evolving landscape of AI, and then it moves into sections on neural programming, automated data integration, natural language processing, knowledge graphs, and it concludes with a quick summary of the article. The article is a good starting point for a blog as it contains a lot of the information needed for the blog, but I'd advise customizing it while adding unique brand elements and creative flourishes. ChatGPT can help users create effective business emails by providing guidance on various aspects of the email, such as formatting, tone, content, and etiquette. For example, telling ChatGPT the following: as a high-ranking executive in the oil industry, write a letter of resignation and include specifics about the work I have done building out a large IT department, as well as my regrets for having to leave because I have been offered another position in a different industry. Specifically, mention the cybersecurity initiative I have successfully completed. This results in a professional email like this. It starts off nicely, talks about the decision being difficult, and notes the remarkable opportunities the job has presented them. It uses several business buzzwords, but has a professional tone, and even the job details sound good. It calls out the cybersecurity initiative I mentioned and adds a nice sentence filled with results, i.e., we significantly fortified our defenses against cyber threats, mitigated risks, and ensured the integrity and confidentiality of our critical data. Very much worded as someone in IT would say. Gratitude is expressed as well as regrets professed for leaving. Should the employee have acquaintances in France, this letter is easily translated into French. You can also use ChatGPT for acquisition emails, either direct to customer or via prospect list to drive growth of your customer base. You can use it for onboarding, initial communication focusing on things like welcome packs, sign up, for auto-pay, payment reminders, and product and service awareness. You can also use it for cross-selling and upselling, product usage stimulation, communicating to customers proactively to entice or stimulate sales, newsletters and articles. You can drive traffic to landing pages or microsites to capture customer details. Renewal reminders. You can target customers who are approaching key product events to ensure they remain loyal. Significant event/anniversary communication. Communicating to customers proactively around events like birthdays, anniversaries, etc. Event initiated trigger marketing. Responding to real-time marketing opportunities by pushing relevant offers to customers. Retention. Proactively sending out emails to customers who might be on the verge of leaving for one reason or another. Because ChatGPT understands the nuances of language so well, it can assist copywriters in crafting more engaging and effective copy. ChatGPT can help to generate ideas. It can help brainstorm ideas and provide creative suggestions for copywriting projects. It can help you refine the message. If you have a draft of your copy, ChatGPT can assist in refining and improving the messaging. It can help craft headlines and taglines. Crafting catchy headlines and taglines is crucial for capturing attention. Editing and proofreading. ChatGPT can help identify grammar or punctuation errors, as well as suggest sentence restructuring for clarity and provide feedback on overall readability. When I asked ChatGPT to craft me a clever tagline for a virtual reality headset, give me some clever double entendres in the copy, it provides me with unleash your imagination, step into a new reality, see beyond the veil, your world reimagined, reality reimagined, where dreams take shape, which sounds like a tagline for a product that's already out there, or dive into a digital wonderland where pixels become possibilities. Experience reality reloaded where illusion meets innovation. And VR venture into realms vanquish restrictions. ChatGPT even notes the taglines above contain clever wordplay and double entendres to evoke a sense of wonder and intrigue associated with virtual reality. Legal research. ChatGPT can assist with legal research by providing general information and explanations on legal concepts, principles, and precedents. For example, can you give me an explanation of the Dred Scott decision? Produces the response. The case centered around Dred Scott, an enslaved African-American man who lived in a free territories before returning to the slave state of Missouri. Scott, with the support of abolitionist lawyers, filed a lawsuit claiming his freedom. ChatGPT provides a pretty good summary of the case. Can also help with case law and precedents. ChatGPT can assist in finding relevant case law and precedents by discussing specific legal issues or providing guidance on how to approach legal research. For example, I'll type in, "How did the Miranda rights case change legal precedents?" The result, the Miranda case, officially known as Miranda v. Arizona, was a landmark decision by the United States Supreme Court in 1966. ChatGPT lists out the 4 significant effects the legal decision had on legal precedents. ChatGPT can provide general information about legislation and regulations, including explanations of their provisions and potential implications. It can help you understand the basic legal framework surrounding specific areas of law. I'll input, what is the precedence for IP protection for a novel? ChatGPT answers, the legal precedence for IP protection for a novel primarily lies in copyright law. Copyright provides authors with exclusive rights to their original creative works, including novels, granting them legal protection against unauthorized copying, distribution, or adaptation of their work, which is, once again, a good, quick summary. It does also go into more detail about how the copyright owner has the exclusive rights to reproduce, distribute, publicly display, and create derivative works based on the original novel. So it's a nice, quick breakdown of general IP protection. As with all ChatGPT results, but especially when it comes to legal research results, you should consult official legal databases or legal professionals to obtain the most accurate and up-to-date information regarding your searches. ChatGPT can be a helpful tool for computer coding in several ways, including syntax and code suggestions. Users unsure about correct syntax or how a specific code snippet should be structured can give the relevant details to ChatGPT, which will offer suggestions and help with the correct syntax. Troubleshooting and debugging. Users who encounter errors or issues in their code can describe the problem to ChatGPT, which can help identify potential causes of the problem as well as offer guidance on how to fix them. ChatGPT can provide information on how to use specific APIs and libraries. Whether you need guidance on interacting with a web API, integrating a popular library, or leveraging a specific framework, ChatGPT can help users understand the necessary steps as well as provide code examples. Project planning and architecture. Users starting a new coding project can discuss their requirements and goals with ChatGPT. It can assist users in planning the project structure, recommending suitable technologies, and providing insights into potential challenges users might face. Concept explanations. Users struggling to understand a particular programming concept or topic can turn to ChatGPT, which can provide explanations in a conversational manner, breaking down complex ideas into more understandable and digestible terms. Code review and optimization. Users who have a code snippet or program and want feedback on its structure, efficiency, or potential areas for optimization can ask ChatGPT to review the code and provide suggestions for improvement. Users can ask ChatGPT questions like, what is the right Python tool to use if you want to understand sentiment analysis? ChatGPT answers, if you want to understand sentiment analysis in Python, one popular tool that you can use is the Natural Language Toolkit, NLTK, which is a powerful library that provides various tools and resources for natural language processing tasks, including sentiment analysis. ChatGPT can also help users understand programming syntax and language constructs. Whether working with Python, Java, JavaScript, or other languages, users can ask questions about specific syntax rules or how to use certain language features. For example, if I enter this code telling ChatGPT I'm trying to write a Python function that calculates the factorial of a number, this is what I have so far, ChatGPT will look at it and it tells me the code is almost correct. However, the function you have written correctly calculates the factorial of a number using recursion. However, it doesn't handle some edge cases properly. Provides me with the correct code, which I can copy here and then input into my work. What is a prompt? A prompt is any phrase or set of keywords you can input into an AI tool such as ChatGPT. The tool will interpret the prompt and generate a response based on its existing knowledge base. Because AI-powered tools like ChatGPT can learn from prompts continuously, users will enrich its analytical capabilities with varied prompts. When writing prompts, clarity is key. Provide a clear direction, which includes complete context for the model to generate a response. Here are some guidelines to follow. Be specific. Provide as much detail as possible about what you're asking and the context intended for your prompt. Be concise. Keep your prompts short and to the point, focusing on the most relevant information. Use natural language. Write prompts as you would ask a question of another person, using proper grammar and sentence structure. Avoid ambiguity. Avoid using vague language or incomplete sentences that could have multiple interpretations. Avoid yes and no questions. Relating to being precise, these yes and no questions may not produce as much comprehensive response as other types of queries. Consider tone and style. Consider the tone and style of your prompts to ensure the response generated by ChatGPT is consistent with your desired manner. Continuously experiment and refine your prompts to improve results. Overall, the goal is to provide ChatGPT with a clear and specific prompt that it can use to generate a coherent and relevant response. For example, acting as a dictionary, give me the meaning of supercilious. The answer: supercilious is an adjective that describes a person's behavior or attitude, specifically referring to an exaggerated sense of superiority. Acting as a thesaurus, give me a synonym for truncate, and it gives me shorten. When writing prompts, I like to provide the following type of information to ChatGPT: action with a persona, a task, an audience that the prompt is for, the goal of the prompt. You can also add the style, and in some cases you can tell it how to export, i.e. you want it in a table or in some cases a graph. So in this example, I say, acting as a librarian, find me books about the Roman Empire. I don't add an audience here or a goal because it's just a simple give me a list of books. As you can see, it gives me 7 options. Many of them are well-known books on the subject. When it comes to business prompts, there are a whole host of ideas available with ChatGPT, and I've provided an Excel spreadsheet that lists out prompt ideas for many different business types. For now, I'll just show you these 3. Generate a script for a 60-second commercial promoting our new foldable solar panels. As you can see, it starts with an opening shot of a picturesque outdoor scene with bright sunlight and green surroundings. The camera pans to reveal a family sitting under a shaded area. A narrator introduces the product, which it's calling Fold a Sun. And then we have a series of shots, more voiceovers, all the way to the end with the closing shot of the Fold a Sun logo and tagline, along with the announcer saying, "Power on the go, get yours now." So this could be a good place to start with your commercial. Acting as an SEO guru, create a list of potential blog post ideas for the website of a company working in the artificial intelligence space, specifically on robotic process automation technology. ChatGPT provides me with the following blog ideas, which are all pretty good and interesting. How RPA is revolutionizing business operations, the benefits of implementing RPA in your organization, all the way to the future impact of RPA on job roles and the workforce. Acting as a tech blogger, create a list of potential blog post ideas for the website of a software consulting company working in the data integration field. It has given me 20 great options, including blogs titled The Importance of Data Integration, Unlocking the Power of Your Data, Demystifying Data Integration, a comprehensive guide for businesses, Data Integration versus Data Migration, Understanding the Differences, and Exploring Real-Time Data Integration, Benefits and Use Cases, among others. All very useful stuff. One of the most interesting areas to use ChatGPT is in marketing. For example, if I ask ChatGPT, acting as a social media marketer, create a general social media post announcing a new product launch of an energy drink, which will maximize engagement and reach. Include a cool name for the drink as well. It provides me with the following: Introducing Energix, unleash your energy and conquer the day. Get ready to experience an electrifying burst of energy like never before. We are thrilled to announce the launch of our revolutionary energy drink, Energix. ChatGPT has come up with a name for the product, and it really hits all the right energy drink notes. Key features: extreme energy boost, mental clarity and focus, refreshing flavor explosions. ChatGPT even provides a list of hashtags to add to your social media marketing channels. Hashtag Energix, hashtag Unleash Your Energy, hashtag Power Through the Day, hashtag Conquer the Day, etc., etc. The next ChatGPT prompt, acting as an email marketer, develop a personalized email marketing campaign for a customer segment based on their interest and purchase history. Produces the following: a nice letter which just needs some customization to get it ready for emailing. And finally, in the third prompt, I state, acting as web developer, build a personalized landing page for a customer segment based on their interests and purchase history. This produces an interesting response. As an AI language model, I'm unable to directly build a personalized landing page, but I can provide you with a template and guidelines for creating a personalized landing page based on customer interest and purchase history. Here's an example structure and content you can use as a starting point. It gives me the headline, introduction, personalized recommendations, testimonials, exclusive offers, call to action, social proof, additional recommendations, personalization and customization, and then the contact information and support. It does also state at the end, remember the design and layout of the landing page should be visually appealing and user-friendly, incorporate compelling visuals, use concise and persuasive copy, and ensure a seamless browsing experience on different devices. Feel free to adapt this template, it states as well. For student prompts, ChatGPT can help with creating papers, providing a study guide, even providing test questions. For example, here I give ChatGPT the prompt, acting as a college English teacher, generate a list of potential essay topics for Introduction to Russian Literature, along with a brief outline of main points to be discussed. It provides a lot of compelling topics for a student enrolled or thinking about enrolling in the course. As ChatGPT notes at the end, these essay topics are designed to provide a broad range of options for students studying Russian literature. The main points to be discussed in each essay should be further developed by conducting research, referring to specific literary works, and incorporating critical analysis, much of which you can also get from ChatGPT. The second prompt is acting as a math teacher, explain the Pythagorean theorem, and give me a multiple choice test at the end. ChatGPT's response is, the Pythagorean theorem is a fundamental principle in geometry, and it goes on to explain exactly what it is. It also gives 5 multiple choice test questions that will help the student assess his or her understanding of the theorem. The third prompt, acting as a physics professor, clearly explain to me what quantum computing is, explaining it like a 7-year-old to me so that I get an in-depth understanding of that concept. ChatGPT starts with, hey there, let's talk about quantum computing in a way that a 7-year-old can understand. Imagine you have a special kind of computer that doesn't work like the regular ones you might have seen. It's called a quantum computer. ChatGPT does a good job of keeping the concept simple and easily understandable. With some careful prompting, ChatGPT can be used as a persona. It can be asked to act as a travel guide. In this case, a potential prompt would be, I will be traveling to Istanbul. Can you suggest historical places and museums to visit? Act as a stand-up comedian. A prompt could be, give me some topics related to current events and use your wit, creativity, and observational skills to create a routine based on those topics. Act as a motivational coach. The prompt could be to give me a list of goals and challenges for a weight trainer, including positive affirmations, helpful advice, as well as suggesting activities I can do to reach my end goal of putting on 10 pounds of muscle. Act as a virtual personal assistant and draft some letters for me. Act as a language translator. Translate this document from English to Spanish. Act as a financial advisor. Generate a budget plan for me. Act as a personal chef. Suggest a healthy meal plan for the month that includes meals that have fewer than 500 calories. Prompts are truly the building blocks of ChatGPT. I have included an Excel spreadsheet with the course that breaks down the best prompts to use in a whole host of situations. These should be able to help you in a multitude of ways. A ChatGPT extension refers to additional functionality or capabilities that can be added to the core ChatGPT model. Certain extensions can enhance ChatGPT's abilities and allow it to perform specific tasks or provide specialized knowledge. Extensions can be designed to provide domain-specific expertise or perform specific functions. For example, an extension could be created to enable ChatGPT to answer questions about specific fields like medicine, law, or finance. These extensions would provide the model with the necessary knowledge and vocabulary to generate more accurate and relevant responses in those domains. It's important to note that while extensions can enhance the capabilities of ChatGPT, they are separate modules that work alongside the core model. They are built on top of the core architecture to provide specialized functionality and should be tailored to specific use cases or domains. Overall, ChatGPT extensions allow for the customization and expansion of the core ChatGPT model, enabling it to handle a wider range of tasks, provide more accurate responses, and offer specialized expertise in different domains or functionalities. Some extensions include ChatGPT for Google. ChatGPT for Google is a browser extension that enhances search engines with the power of ChatGPT. It works by showing ChatGPT responses alongside normal search engine results. Currently, ChatGPT for Google supports Google, Baidu, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Brave, Yahoo, Naver, Yandex, among other search engines. To download it, go to https://ChatGPT, the number 4, google.com. Now, if you Google something, you will see a window on the right that contains the ChatGPT answer to your question. Another extension is WebChatGPT. This augments a user's ChatGPT prompts with relevant web search results through web browsing. This free extension adds relevant web results to your ChatGPT prompts for more accurate and up-to-date conversations. TalkBerry. The TalkBerry extension enables you to control ChatGPT with voice commands, making it effortless to get help with writing projects, to practice your conversational skills, or simply chat with a friendly AI language model. TalkBerry extension is a great tool for language learners as it can help them immerse themselves in the language they're trying to learn. TweetGPT. Improve your social media game with TweetGPT, a ChatGPT plugin that uses the power of the AI chatbot tool to craft funnier, snarkier, more engaging or friendlier tweets and replies. You can select the topic you want to post about, your emotional tone, and the language, and ChatGPT will do the rest. You can even edit the message afterwards if you don't like some of its wording. YouTube and article summary powered by ChatGPT, a free Chrome extension that lets you quickly access the summary of both the YouTube videos and web articles you're consuming. You can use this extension to save time and learn quicker. The Wolfram plugin makes ChatGPT smarter by giving it access to powerful computation, accurate math, curated knowledge, real-time data, and visualization through Wolfram Alpha and Wolfram language. Delivers broad and deep coverage from chemistry to geography, astronomy to popular culture, nutrition to engineering, along with algorithmic code execution. ChatGPT is working on its own set of plugins, which could be considered the same as extensions. As per OpenAI's website, in line with our iterative deployment philosophy, we are gradually rolling out plugins in ChatGPT so we can study their real-world use, impact, and safety and alignment challenges, all of which we'll have to get right in order to achieve our mission. Plugin developers who have been invited off our waitlist can use our documentation to build a plugin for ChatGPT, which then lists the enabled plugins in the prompt shown to the language model as well as documentation to instruct the model how to use each. The first plugins have been created by Expedia, FiscalNote, Instacart, Kayak, Klarna, Milo, OpenTable, Shopify, Slack, Speak, Wolfram, and Zapier. ChatGPT extensions and plugins can add great additional functionality and/or capabilities to ChatGPT. Most are easily added through the browser's extension library. Extensions and plugins are constantly being added, so keep an eye out for them. Anyone using ChatGPT for an extended period of time will have seen its propensity to provide inaccurate information. While I used it in a pretty innocuous way to give me comparable titles for a novel being published in the summer of 2023, one lawyer found himself in serious legal jeopardy when he used ChatGPT to write up a brief for a client's personal injury lawsuit against Avianca Airlines. The generative AI system cited 6 non-existent court decisions to back up the client's case. The lawyer faced a June 8, 2023 sanctions briefing before a U.S. district judge. All jokes about a personal injury lawyer injuring himself by using an AI chatbot to skirt his work aside, this is a very real issue with ChatGPT. It just makes stuff up when it wants to. There's little rhyme or reason to what it is doing, and that is something to keep in mind while using it. So why is hallucination a problem? Well, there's an erosion of trust. When AI systems produce incorrect or misleading information, users may lose trust in the technology, hampering its adoption across various sectors. Ethical concerns. Hallucinated outputs can potentially perpetuate harmful stereotypes or misinformation, making AI systems ethically problematic. An impact on decision-making. AI systems are increasingly used to inform critical decisions in fields such as finance, healthcare, and law. Hallucinations can lead to poor choices with serious consequences. Legal implications. Inaccurate or misleading outputs may expose AI developers and users to potential legal liabilities. Addressing AI hallucination. There are various ways these models can be improved to reduce hallucinations, including improved training data, ensuring that AI systems are trained on diverse, accurate, and contextually relevant datasets can help minimize the occurrence of hallucinations. Red teaming. AI developers can simulate adversarial scenarios to test the AI system's vulnerability to hallucinations and iteratively improve the model. Transparency and explainability. Providing users with information on how the AI model works and its limitations can help them understand when to trust the system and when to seek additional verification. Human in the loop. Incorporating human reviewers to validate the AI system's outputs can mitigate the impact of hallucinations and improve the overall reliability of the technology. Like most new technology, ChatGPT's accuracy will improve over time. However, part of the problem and challenge with ChatGPT is that it's only as good as the dataset it is trained on. The internet contains billions of web pages filled with information of all kinds, much of it good, some of it false, some of it outright bad, some outdated, some conflicting with other more reputable sources. The ability for anyone to create a web page for little to no money means the internet is filled with content containing differing opinions, some of which are completely inaccurate. ChatGPT must sort through all of this information and determine sources credible from those that are unreliable. It needs to understand which facts are worth repeating compared to those that should be suppressed. For example, if you were to search the internet to determine if the moon landing was real or the earth was flat, you would discover a wide range of answers, even if the consensus is man really landed on the moon and the world is indeed round. But the internet is filled with conspiracy theories that suck up a lot of oxygen and muddy the factual message. When you're asking ChatGPT for particular answers, just remember the training set from which it came. Now we'll run through some ChatGPT examples. Click on the first example on the top right. Explain quantum computing in simple terms. Hit enter. Now it gives a 5-paragraph answer. If we want to regenerate a response, just click right here. And at this point, it gives you your 2 options up here. And it also asks you whether the response was better or worse. We'll say it was the same. If you wanted to continue writing, just click on the first option. And here you also have the option to clarify. And it's breaking it down into nice little sections. Let's say we want to provide some examples of this. And now it will give us some examples. We also have the option to expand, explain. Let's do a rewrite. And here it is giving a rewritten version. Now let's ask it to shorten it so we can put it on a website and not have it explained so deeply. And the last would be to make a tweet out of something. And here it can add some images as well, and it includes a nice little hashtag. Thank you all for joining me on this ChatGPT journey. As I said at the beginning, calling it the best AI chatbot ever released, as the New York Times did, probably doesn't do it justice. It might technically be called a chatbot, but it is far from what one would consider a typical chatbot. This is a constantly evolving technology, so do keep that in mind while you're using it. The OpenAI website is a good place to go to keep up with the latest developments. And thank you for joining me in the course.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To get the files the instructor used in this tutorial and follow along, click over there. And click over there to watch more videos on YouTube from Simon Says It.